All right, we're doing this is a community center in an apartment complex, and we're just cleaning the floors with the Dupray neat. And this type of floor, this is not a engineered floor or a laminate that you can't use steam on. This is actually just a rolled out vinyl sheet that's made to look like wood, so it's safe. It's safe to use steam on. And we're not going to do anything but the floors today. So like the coffee table could sure use it steaming, and the furniture can use it steaming, but today we're not messing with that. Okay, the light just turned green, and then we purged it a little bit. Waited till it turned green again, so now it's ready. And we're just using the Dupray floor pad on this too. I don't know if with this light, we got fluorescent lights. I don't know if you'll be able to see steam very well. But
there's steam there.
Okay. Now, what we like to do on floors like this is we keep it moving pretty quick, and then you can go back over areas that you think need it, because if you go too slow, you end up with lots of condensation. And unless you're going to have a mop handy or a wet dry vac with a squeegee, you're going to have to wait for that water to dry, and it may dry spotty, depending on if you're using distilled water or regular tap water or whatever. And you can get mineral deposits and stuff. So we found a lot of that you can avoid if you just kind of move it quickly. I'm trying not to move the camera too fast because the autofocus goes crazy.
Yeah,
So sometimes I can't keep up with as fast as he's moving that thing if I'm too close to it.
I'll try not to outrun him too much, but it's pretty easy to outrun him because this thing's very quick.
Yeah. It's 275 degrees at 50 psi. And when you have a floor pad or something else that's down close on the floor nozzle, the temperatures can actually go higher than that. So you could be getting close to 300 degrees or a little more.
You might want to come over here so you can see the steamer. Maybe move it a little bit.
Yeah, and remember, don't pull these things around by the hose, even though they have wheels on the bottom of them. It's not good for the. You're not supposed to pull it by the hose because you'll make the. You may get it to come loose, and then you got a leak, where steam's going to shoot out. Now, the hard thing on floors that are like this, when you got a big room,
Here's some gum coming up.
is you can lose track of where you're at. So you want to try to follow some sort of pattern if you can. That way you don't end up going over the same area multiple times while skipping another area altogether. We mostly do carpets and things with this. We don't really do a lot of floors because most people have ways of keeping their floors clean, but the carpets are a little more difficult for them, and then sometimes the furniture, like mattresses and stuff, these are great for mattresses.
Go back in. I'm gonna back up. Yeah, I'll start.
And this floor isn't especially dirty, it's just they usually have the...
This stuff I can see, it's just coming right out. There's like stickiness, you know.
Yeah, the manager usually mops this as part of their job, and they use a Swiffer. And so they don't really feel like it does that great of a job.
See, Joe's not got the camera where he can see it, and it's not his fault, but there's a ton of stuff coming off of there.
Yeah, if I get too close, the autofocus will go crazy.
You might want to come over like right here.
Yeah, anywhere I stand, he aims the thing right at my feet, and I have to back up all of a sudden. So we're not very coordinated when it comes to shooting a video.
Okay. You want to come over
here? Yeah. Here, I'll try to shoot from here.
Yeah, that's fine. You ain't gonna move. I'm going to come near you, but not where you need to move. There's all kinds of stuff coming off this floor, though, I'll tell you that. See right here, whatever this is.
Yeah, they rent this room out for people to like have birthday parties.
This is actually a dent in the floor.
Okay.
It's coming, there's dirt in the dent.
Somebody probably set a chair down there and sat down real hard on it, smashed it. But
here's a stain.
Yeah, well, the ruined vinyls like women's high heels and things like that will poke right through it, and then of course some furniture can. And so they used to have like floating laminate floors in here, they said, but what happened was they had a housekeeper come in and she decided to mop it for them. That was part of her job, and so what she did was she just poured a bucket of water down and started mopping it around, and of course it warped on them. And I think they had 2 different floors that got ruined that way. And finally they put in a sheet vinyl product that looks like wood.
You can just come forward, I'm gonna move this back here.
Now when you're doing this in your home, if you think you're missing areas, just if you're doing it like once a week or a little more often than that even, hopefully you'll get areas that you somehow miss. So sometimes it's hard to see where you're going. You can lose track of where you've been at 100%. Now we don't recommend.
It's not leaving the floors wet.
No.
It's really not.
But you do have to keep it moving. Now we don't recommend that you use this on engineered floors. A lot of those products, they're very thin layers, plastic layers that are bonded together. And if you get them too hot, you can make them start to separate. Do it at your own risk. Be careful. But the sheet vinyl like this, it's fine. Because people ask me all the time about, engineered floors and
you can use
laminates
it on
and stuff.
engineered floors if you want to. We don't recommend it.
Just be careful because you could damage your floor.
We don't recommend cleaning engineered floors at all.
Well, the truth is, when you buy a certain floor and put it and install it in your home, make sure you find out what the manufacturer recommends you use. And if there's a specific product they recommend, I would just recommend that you stick with that and don't play around. Now, the floors won't last forever anyway because they tend to get scratched and they start to delaminate over time. And if you mop them, though, it'll happen a lot faster. Hold that thing up towards the window a little bit for a second. I want to see that there actually is steam coming.
There's a couple of stains.
Yeah.
This cleans with 5% water, 95% steam.
Yeah.
It's not a wet. It is a vapor steamer. It's not a wet steamer.
No. You can get steamers that get quite a bit hotter than this. But 275 is a pretty good spot for.
It's very hot.
It's a great temperature for carpet cleaning, and it's pretty good on floors.
You won't find a steamer that gets this hot for under $500-600. That's guaranteed. This is the hottest steamer you're going to find for the price that they sell for on Amazon. What do they normally sell it for? $150 to $200, right?
Oh, they've been 150 for a long time.
Yeah, you can't beat it.
When they first came out, this is our first unit we had. We bought in December of 2018, and it was on sale for 125 when we got it, and then they went up to 199 for a while, and then they came back down to 150. They pretty much stayed there for the last few years now. And we actually bought another one because we liked it so much.
We like it a lot.
We wanted to have a backup unit, and we wanted to actually, on some jobs, we could take 2 of them and get done faster. Or you could take 2 of them and you could fill them both up, and then while you're using this one, you could be heating the other one up and getting it ready. And then while you're using the other one, you can give this a few minutes to get the cap where you can take it off and you can refill it and start heating it up.
I know it looks like I'm going fast, but I'm not.
Well, he's trying to avoid making any.
It literally cleans this quick.
Yeah, it cleans, but you also want to avoid getting too much condensation down. Now I'm going to put a link in the video description that will take you straight to Dupray, and I'll put that in the description. And if you just go there, they sell all their steamers on one page together, and the Neat is basically their starter steamer. It's the entry level, and it's a really, really good steamer. In fact, it's a real popular steamer around the world. I know a lot of people in the UK love it, Canada, and the United States, and I'm sure in other markets where it's sold, it's really popular. And but you can go to the product page and you can compare it to some of their other steamers.
I just took out a black mark.
Ah, it's so far away I can't really see it, but I'll take your word. I'll have to take your word for it.
Just keep the camera reasonably close.
Yeah, these floors are dry fast enough when he's going at that speed that I can walk on them and not leave footprints behind.
There's another black mark. Now you will not find a steamer that gets up to 275 degrees for under $500-600, except this. This is the one and only.
Well, there are some.
Not that I know of.
Well, you haven't been looking.
I mean, there are. They're not worth buying.
No, there's some decent ones, but you got to be careful. Some of them that's got a lot of expensive replacement parts that you got to get for them all the time to keep them running. And now this one has the most positive reviews on Amazon, and it's pretty good. Now we got another one just last summer, and you can't tell the difference between the two. They haven't really changed anything.
I'm not done. I'm just moving.
Now we have an extension cord plugged into ours. Just if you get an extension cord, make sure it's a beefy one. You don't use like a lamp cord or something like that. We've gone to lots of people's houses and trying to do different cleaning jobs, and we need an extension cord, and we tell them we need an extension cord, and when we show up, they got one of those really dinky thin lamp cords.
It's the kind you plug in a Christmas tree?
Yeah, and they've got that, and it's like a 50-footer, and they want us to plug it.
No, that's not the right one.
And we can't use that cord; it'll burn out our equipment. If you can tell the cord's getting hot to the touch, then it's not a big enough.
Oh, by the way, the handle, it's not even warm.
Yeah.
You see these other ones, the cheap ones? The hoses get hot, the handles get hot, they steam out of all the orifices. This doesn't.
Yeah, this
is the real deal.
There's a Chinese company that made a machine that looks almost exactly like the Neat, and they've been trying to sell it, and people. There's only like 1 or 2 videos about it on YouTube, but it got so many really, really bad reviews of people that got burned with it and had a break on them after 1 or 2 uses that they finally, Amazon pulled it off the shelves and won't sell it.
Come around this way.
So unless they completely re-engineer it.
When he says they got burned with it, he's not talking about.
Oh no, we saw a video of it and there was steam.
He's not talking about the rip-off. He's talking that they got literally burned from
Yeah. We saw the video of it, and the guy that was demoing it had steam coming out of every connection in the hose. The trigger has steam coming out of it, and it gets so hot that it'll burn your hands, and you can't even touch it.
Well, the video's almost over, but I can tell you guys, I know you couldn't see it all on video, but I took out a ton of like gum and Pepsi Cola, you know, that sort of soda. I took out black marks from people's shoes that are dark-soled shoes. It just took them right out. It took out, you can come this way, it took out a whole ton of stuff. Okay, we're just about done because this right here is the last pass. So.
Well, we haven't done a lot of Dupray videos in a while, and we're starting to do some more of them because we
really use this thing for carpet cleaning. It's marvelous for carpet cleaning. We've done really nasty trash carpets with it and got them spotless.
Yeah. And
a lot of them we use them with no pre-sprays, just the steam itself. So floor work is not something we typically get a lot in, but we're doing it this time.
Well, you don't have to put down any other thing you've got that you can clean with. For us, we've got to use a lot of water and put it down on the floor, and then we got to get it sucked up with a wet dry vac, and we're basically scrubbing it, and that works really well. But it's just this is more simple, and we could just be done, and that's it, and it does a good job.
Well, I do any floor top with this. I mean, we've done tile floors with them where we just clean the tile with there's no pre-spray. We cleaned it with steam on a dirty white tile. Just took all the dirt and grease up. So that's it.
All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that.
Yeah.
It's got a little dirt on there.
Well, hold on. Let's see. This is how they start off.
Yeah.
And that's how that one got. So you can see the the difference.
But
It
the
picked up
heat,
a ton of stuff.
the heat attracts the dirt, so you don't
Yeah.
really have to worry about smearing dirt around
That's
or anything,
great.
because the heat, the dirt and everything is attracted to the heat of the pad. And it just holds on to it. Same thing when you're cleaning carpets or anything else.
To be honest, I didn't know it was that dirty. I had
Well,
no idea until I looked at the bottom of it.
It has they have a tendency to get dirtier than you think. Floors are always really dirty. That's why when people get hard floors instead of carpets, because they're tired of having a dirty carpet, they don't realize that you've got to really keep those floors mopped if you want them to stay clean, because they get dirty real fast. At least in a carpet, your dirt gets buried into the fibers of the carpet, and it holds on to it until you decide to have it clean somehow. All right, hope you guys enjoyed that. We've had a lot of people asking for more Dupray videos, so I hope this pleases them, and we'll try to make some more when we get another job or something to use this on. So, till next time, thanks for watching.